Hi there, this is MC Yoda, and welcome back to the Game Foundation and our little town of Emerald Pointe. Last episode, we left with these two villagers that we kicked out of their homes so that they could hopefully get into better positioned homes. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that that actually happens. So the first thing is this house right here. So this is the house that's on the this side of town. So we'll move the house over here. That has an open space, and this house over here has an open space. Now, we had the blacksmith over here, Simpkin. He was living in this house. We want him to live in, and we kicked him out, and we're hoping that he moves over to this house. So we're going to put Simpkin. We want him to go over here. But right now, he's transporting iron, so he's not looking for his home right now. And then the other one was, I believe, our new fisherman here, and that is Dane. And Dane also, he originally lived way over here. And because we moved him over here to the fishing house, we wanted him living in this house. So we kicked him out, and we're hoping that he moves into this house. So we're going to just kind of keep our eye on this and see what happens whenever they find their houses. So as you can see, they both are green with housing. So they both they're not upset or they don't realize yet that they don't have a home. But the game knows that they don't. And what I mean by that is whenever I go look at our people up here, you can see Dane is missing his house and Simpkin is missing his house. So I'm this was my first experiment with trying to relocate villagers into better housing. So essentially, I wanted a fisherman. The only one who was available lived way over here, and I knew that that was going to be too far and make him unhappy. So I tried to see if I could start engineering where they live. So I'm going to unpause time. And I kind of want to also... One thing I wanted to do this episode is I want to kind of see how people behave. What do they do, right? Right now he's fishing, so he's doing his job. And he's transporting iron to his workplace, so he's essentially doing his job. Sorry, I'm just reaching for a piece of paper here. Hold on 1 second. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. So I want to kind of see what they do. So I'm going to put Dane. I'm going to write his name down on one side. I'm going to write Simpkin here. And Dane is working. And Simpkin is, he's now fetching fish. He's getting food. He's getting fish. Okay. And now he's on free time. So he's on free time. Okay. And now he's still fishing. So let's see where Simpkin is. Oh, look, he's now realized that he doesn't have a house. So we're going to follow him. So where's he going? He's going to the middle of town. So his free time is at the town center. That's interesting. Okay. Now he's walking back. He's walking back. And he's still on free time. But see, he realizes now that he doesn't have a house. So I want to see what he does next. Now, Dane over here hasn't realized now Dane is on free time. Oh my gosh, this is going to be hard. This is going to be hard. Okay, so Simpkin. We're watching Simpkin right now. I'm kind of doing a little bit of a case study here on how do villagers behave. Where do they go? Okay. Simpkin just went into this house. And I'm guessing that once he's done with his free time, he's probably going to realize that that's now his new house. No, he doesn't. Okay. We're going to have to just put Dane on hold for now. Oh, now he's heading to work. So he went free time, he went to the town center, and then he went to his house. And now he's going to work. That's interesting, though, that he actually rested in that house, but didn't. Oh, look here. So Simpkin, oh boy, I got to get away from that loud thing. So Simpkin, he did establish residency in that house, but he hasn't gone to rest in his house yet. And I think this will be read until he rests in his house. But we do know that Simpkin is now living in the right place. Now let's go ahead and see what is going on with Dane. He is on his free time, so let's follow him. So Dane, he's free time at, which I believe is his new house. Okay. So he's in there. So this house shows that Dane is now taken up residence there. And Dane is red. So I guess he spent enough time resting in that house where he's actually okay with that. And now he's going to work. Okay, cool. This is awesome. Okay. So, yeah, that was successful. They actually did move residents. And now whenever I kicked them out of their house, they had a brief time where they were upset about it. And obviously now Simpkin is still going to have to figure out, you know, that he can actually sleep in that house. But it looks like Dane did figure that out, so he's all good. All right, so that worked. That's awesome. I still want to see. I still want to see what their behaviors are. So now next time Dane is done fishing, I want to see like what he does. Now I'm not sure. Well, as I'm doing other things, if I'll kind of lose track of that or not, but I'm going to keep him in that corner for now, just to see what he does. Because what I'm trying to determine is the way I position things, right? So the way I whoa, sorry for the camera work. I've been playing multiple games. Hold on a second. There we go. Whoa, hold on. Hold on a second. What's going on with my keyboard? Oh, I'm on the wrong keys. Sorry, I had my fingers on the wrong keys. I was really confused there. Okay, so the way I did it was I put like everything here by home, right? So I figured that they would want to go get, you know, rustic food, water, church, home, and the other food, the better food, not rustic food, the other one, refined food. So I figured that whenever they weren't working, they would come and do all of those things at once and do it all in the same area. But I want to see if that's really the case. Like, for example, these guys they were working, and then they went to free time, which they came here to the town center. And then, during their free time, they went to their house. So I'm almost wondering now, do we move the town center over here as well? And the reason why I'm thinking, because I figured I want them to spend less time walking around to get to these things, right? So if they have to go work to get food over here, then come here to free time, then come over here to go home, and then come back here to go to work, it's a lot of back and forth. So I'm thinking maybe, let's go ahead and move. So I'm thinking that free time, can I move it? There we go. Is in this town center. So we're going to go ahead and stick the town center here. It's going to be right here by this market. In fact, we'll put it... Yeah, we'll put it right here. Just so long as they can get around everything, they should be good. There we go. Cost us 1 gold to do that. So now, like, these folks will typically now gather over here. That's really the big thing. And then, of course, they'll do their free time here as well. So that's going to be closer to their homes and stuff. Okay. When you start the game, there's stuff in here that the builders need to get to. But right now, the only thing left in there is 10 berries. So it's really, they only use this as a resting place. That they don't use it for anything else. Okay. So what do I want to do this episode? So the first thing is I wanted to figure out if that housing would work, which it did. I do want to kind of start studying like how these villagers move around and like in what order they do the different activities throughout their day, because I really want to get a handle on that. But beyond that, of course, we need to do a little bit of growth here. So we have established our tool trade and we have established our cloth trade, our clothing trade. Looking at these, it looks like obviously whoa, clothes is at 0. Oh, we probably just sold a bunch of clothing. Because we're selling our clothing, but our cloth is getting used up faster than the weavers can create it, essentially. And we have a backlog of wool, so I think we're going to need another weaver's hut. I think I want to do that this episode. which also means, oh, we have room here. So we can get a weaver, and we have room for 4 more residents in this house. That's pretty awesome. One thing I have over here right now, the planks are paused because I'm rebuilding our stock of logs here, of wood. I did that little trade here with the kingdom influence, and you can see that that influence is already going away because I'm not using it. We had gotten 5 and it's now down to 3. It's probably going to go to 0 because I'm not using it. So basically selling these logs was a bad idea last episode. I didn't gain anything off of that. In fact, the only thing I gained was I lost logs essentially. All I did. Okay, and then the iron tools, I just want to kind of keep my eye on what's going on here. We're keeping a positive amount of tools above our minimum where we purchase, and that's really good. And that's where I want to keep it. But we will keep our eye on that and just kind of see, like, you know, iron, coal, or kind of see what that production looks like, see where the bottlenecks are, see if we need to add anything there. Okay, so let's go ahead and start doing these things. It looks like Lumber Island is working out just fine. The forester seems to be keeping up, and they are not stripping this island of all of its trees, which is awesome. And over here, like, the forester is keeping up with the charcoal burners over here as well. So that's all going fine. That's good. Okay. Let's see. Stone. Oh, yep. Here we go. I did this a while back, and I was even someone even reminded me in the comments to change it, and I completely forgot. I need to turn this one back to accepting stone, so we can get this 100 more stone built up and out of this stone cutting camp. Okay, let's look at another weaver's hut. Yeah, let's look at that because I want to get this cloth production up to keep pace. See, our wool is staying very, very well stocked, and that's only with one shepherd producing wool over in this farm. So that's doing really well. So let's go ahead and get a weaver's hut. I'm wondering if I just put it like behind this one, or I could kind of squeeze it over here, but I'm thinking if I want to expand this one, it would probably come this way. So maybe I'll put the weaver's hut just right behind this one. Let's see. Goods, logistics, food, let's see, goods. Here we go, weaver's hut. So the door of it is on that side. Okay. So if I kind of squeezed it in right here, they could get to that doorway. They'd probably just walk in between these two buildings to get to it. It's right here on the ocean. I think that's a perfectly fine spot for that. Yeah, that looks great. And we'll keep it tilted just a little bit, just so it doesn't look like an exact match of that building. And we'll go ahead and get that building. Okay, great. Perfect. Now, it looks like we got a new batch of immigrants coming, so we'll get one of those. Hold on, the weaver's hut actually takes 2 people. So we'll get, we'll hire, I keep saying that. We'll welcome 2 of these people into our village. And they should take up residence here, and then they'll work in this weaver's hut once it's open. This one needs beautification. I need to remember to do that, okay? Let's get this person, this person, and that person. There we go. And let's get this house beautified. Let's get a... I think we were doing like light poles for beautification. So let's get one of those over here. Common decorations. And we'll get a nice little lamp over here next to this house. Perfect. So now this one has beautification as well. Excellent. See, here we go. These 2 new folks just moved in here into this house. And once this building is... Oh, we got everything except the tools, which he's bringing, and then they're getting ready to build it. So that's awesome. All right, how are we doing on our wood? We're up to 70 wood. I tell you what, once we get up to about 100... Is that what fits in here? Once we get up over 100, I'll unpause this so that they can start making planks again. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. Here's the weaver's hut going up. We're just gonna watch him build for a little bit because I love this part of the game. I love seeing this. Okay. Oh, look, we just sold some stone. Look at our money. Oh, look, our money is almost at our... Oh, gosh, we're going to be not making money pretty soon. That's another thing I wanted to look at was buying territory. So, one of the resources that I would like to see do better is meat. I feel like our meat kind of stays right around these numbers. And as we get more people into our town, this is going to just be a problem. So, I think I want to get more... If I were to view where the boars are, there's a lot more closer boars here in this side of the woods. We don't have to go quite as far. Once, like, if these guys come up here and clear these, then they're going way out here to get more. They could be just staying more close to home. So I was thinking about purchasing this bit of land. Our money's we're about to top out of our money. So I think we got the 100 to spend. So let's go ahead and do that. That does give us a little bit more of upkeep, but well, we got the money. Might as well spend it, right? Okay, this is built. Let's go ahead and get our 2 new folks here. Okay, so Dane is on free time. Let's see where Dane is. I want to see if he does anything else while he's on free time. I know I missed him. So right now he's on he is at free time at his home. Let's see. He is still at his home. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of a villager case study here. We'll see what Dane does. I know he was at work not too long ago. We'll see what else he does here. Oh, it says he's heading to work. Oh, there he is. He's going to work. Okay, if I'm going to do like a day in the life of a villager, I'm going to have to pay more attention to it. So maybe I'm going to scrap that for now. That could also be something that I do off camera. I just want to see what their habits are, like where they go and in what order they go there, so that I can kind of reposition everything in a more efficient way. Okay, now let's go ahead and take our hunter. So you know what? Now our butcher shop. No, that's the tailor's. Where's the butcher? Here's the butcher. The butchers seem to be keeping pace just fine. I think what we might need is another hunter. Just get tons and tons of boars. Well, we got 51 boars. But even if we had a backstock of boars, that's fine. But then it could possibly be that we end up making another butchery then to make more meat. But before we make more meat, we need to catch more pigs. So let's first go ahead and paint our hunting zone to now also include this whole part over here. And this part over here. You can go all up in here. That's probably a little ridiculous. They're never going to need to go that far out. But we're just going to say you're going to have this entire area to hunt boars. We could honestly probably trim off some of this, because we know the boars aren't going to be that close to the edge of the trees. Just to make it look a little bit nicer. Boop. Okay. So now hopefully they'll kind of get those pigs a little bit faster, but I'm thinking we're going to have to add another hunter's hut, and that's going to give us 2 more people, which we can fit in this house. So let's do that. Let's prepare for another hunter's hut. The main thing, okay, so the reason why I'm kind of doing this is I want to make sure that I stay ahead of the production of their basic needs. You know, their basic and essential needs, right? Everybody needs water, pretty plentiful, rustic food, housing, refined food, and service. I want to make sure that these stay plentiful enough that whenever we, as we grow, we stay ahead of the curve. We never get behind the curve. Okay? That's what I want to make sure. Now, I am also selling some of this stuff. So I am selling meat over 100. I think I might bump this up to 150. Okay. I probably should have just typed that in. 150. And the fish I'm selling down to 200. Let's say the fish we're going to sell it down to 300. Okay, so we're going to maybe sell a few less of those things. Okay, there's that bug. Okay, there we go. So we're not going to sell some of those for a little bit until we get a bigger back stock, but that could also be why we're hanging around 100 is we get a little bit above it and then these guys are buying some more. So let me go ahead and hire these two. I keep saying hire. Welcome those two folks into our town. Let them get established. And let's go ahead and get them a job built. So we are going to build them a hunter's hut. Food production, hunter's hut. We're just going to stick it over here with the other ones. Why not? Yeah, we'll just put it right here. Right here. Now I'm going to turn this one the other way just so it looks a little bit different from the others. Here we go. We'll do that. We'll do that right there. Okay. All right. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, we're up over 100 logs. Let's go ahead and turn the plank factory back on. All right. All right. How are we doing with the wood over here? See, they're keeping pace so well that, like, I mean, one forester is like they're not even able to make a dent in this anymore. That one forester, and then we got two of these camps going. That's hilarious. Okay, let's look at expansion here. We got money. We got money to burn, money to spend. If we don't spend it, we're going to have nowhere to store the new money that we get. So I think I want to go ahead and unlock a good stall. Eventually, we're going to have to sell these clothes. I want to unlock farming. Eventually, we're going to want bread. If not to eat, at least to sell. And, you know, it'd be nice to start selling, like, bread that we're not using instead of selling the meat and the fish that we are using. Lumber camp improvements. This is where you can start getting, like, more workers in your camps and stuff. Let's go ahead and just spend it. Spend the money. Now, this right here costs just influence. And like I just said earlier, with the influence... See, look... So you have a cap, and if you can see, if I move my mouse, you're going to lose it. But like, oh, hey, new buildings. Oh, hey, new buildings. Was one of those like a... Oh, the windmill, that was part of the thing. So you say, like it says, my kingdom influence cap. It's right underneath details is 0. Which means if I gain influence, it will, if I don't use it, it will trickle down to that 0. My labor influence is capped at 35. I have the cap, so if I gain any labor influence and don't use it, it's going to go away until I hit 30, until it comes back down to 35. Oh no, we got people being blocked. Who? Oh, okay, maybe that was nothing. We'll hope that was nothing. Okay. I always fear, like, whenever I build these things too close, that people will not be able to access them or they'll get stuck. I had that one time where I had a villager who was constantly getting stuck inside one of these plank mills trying to get through it, and I could never solve it. Even after moving it around, he kept getting stuck in there. So I get kind of a little worried when I see that. How are we doing on building this? Okay, we're just getting those 2 tools. See, they're going way over here for the tools. That probably wasn't a smart idea to only store tools over there. Yeah, I probably should get some tools back up over here. I originally had them here. I'm not going to worry about it. I don't need the buildings that fast. I'm okay. What was I just doing before I got all kinds of distracted there? We built the hunter's hut. Oh, yeah. I was looking at these things here. So anyway, so I want to to spend, because this only costs influence, not gold, so I got no reason not to buy those with that influence. You can see here now, I cap it. It's hard to read because it's very hard for me to even read because of the contrast. But I have 25 and I cap at 35. So at least now, you know, I've spent these. I don't have to worry about like losing anything that I gain here. Now I can't get to this. This is all cost influence as well, but I can't get there until I have 75 splendor, which we were only at 33. So we're going to need to do a lot more, like probably build a tavern with decorations on it, probably build a nicer town hall with decorations on it, things like that. Maybe even get that bailiff office going. That might be a thing that we start looking at again. Now all of this stuff costs gold. So I kind of feel like until I need it, I probably shouldn't be paying for it. City fences and stone bridges. So this is like, yeah, nicer. Like this is like small fences. This is nice fences, like walls and stuff. Stone bridges. This is where I really start upgrading things. Luxury goods. This is luxury goods, I believe. That's entertainment, at least, if not luxury. Nicer decorative things. So that's all stuff I need to remember to consider getting. Another thing here is like I can unlock the castle, right? Once I unlock the castle, I can even build a small keep or something just to get this kingdom line going and be able to start earning this splendor and probably able to earn more than 0 influence. It's only 25 gold to unlock that. And you know what? I might as well do the same thing for the monastery. So at least now I have access to those paths. What's this? Building a castle. I'll continue on my own. And let me guess, building a church, building a monastery. I will continue on my own. Now that's something I haven't messed with in this game before. I haven't messed with those yet. Maybe we could actually start playing with that. Like build a small keep. Build a small monastery, and at least, like, I'm not, put it this way, I haven't gone much further in this game than I am at right now. It would be neat to explore labor all the way to its fullest, like, you know, get the big tavern and the nice big manor house and all that, and get this common path up to where I'm making luxury goods and barrels and dairy and everything. Or I can kind of like keep the 3 things kind of like going together, right? Like I kind of have the labor being established a little bit here. Now I can maybe start with a small kingdom, start seeing how you do these little warriors, whatever they are. I don't even know what they go out and do missions and stuff. I could consider starting that. I probably should. I should really explore different parts of this game. Okay, so what's going on with this? Oh my gosh, this is still being built. Y'all are just taking your time building this. Well, he should be done soon. He really should be done soon. Another thing I was thinking, like whenever I look at the way whenever I do my little day in the life of a villager study, I want to see how often they go looking for, like if they only look for water when they're going for food and stuff, then just keeping one here by the food is perfectly fine. But if they go like work and then water and then back to work or something, I need to start putting wells around town so they can access that a little bit easier. Okay, what's going on with you? There it is. There we go. Let's get our hunters going in here. So now hopefully we should get a lot more boars. And just in case, I'm going to go ahead and get a second slot for boars in this granary. Granary. I actually looked that up. You can say that. That's proper pronunciation, whether you say granary or granary. Both are acceptable. Let's see. Now we'll see if the butchery starts getting backed up. So now there's only 2 butchers here, and they're both only working at 50% capacity because they are still serfs. I'm trying to see how long I can get away with not making any of my villagers commoners. Like, for example, I could have doubled their production by making them commoners. But that also means that once they're commoners, they got a whole new list of things that they're going to want. Their additional needs are going to go up to where they want to start buying clothing. They want entertainment, things like that. And I don't want to start making commoners until I have all of that stuff in place. All right. Awesome. Okay. What am I doing now? That was kind of what I wanted to do. Let's take a look and see what's going on over here with our tool production. We can kind of look here and just say, just nothing's being produced over here. Man, this seems really bad. Like, they have ore and coal, but they're just, no one's working. Okay. You have iron. Oh, wow. Do you guys hear that? The music's going all funky. It's like my computer's running out of memory or something. He has iron, but only very little coal. We have ore, but not a ton of it. Why are these guys not producing much ore? Huh. I wonder where the bottleneck here is. I wonder where the bottleneck is. We're not producing much ore or coal. I bet coal is the bottleneck. I bet we need a second one of these. Oh, you know what? We could hire a third charcoal burner in here. We need a third charcoal burner, and that means we need another house. We need another house. I'll tell you what. Which one of you looks like a charcoal burner? Let's look at you guys. Okay, you just wipe dirt off your dress, so that means you expect to get dirty. You're a charcoal burner. Now, we need to build her a home. So now I got to decide where this home is going to be. Where am I going to need workers? Obviously, over here, I need a charcoal burner. We might end up with one or two more workers over here. So this is a good position. If we need anyone else here, this is still in a good distance. That house would be right here next to this thing, which means it gets the what you call it? How's our patrols doing? We might. Well, nobody's been downgrading. I just want to make sure, like, these guys don't get too far down before they get their patrols. It might be getting to the point now where, like, we might be starting to get too many houses for these guys to keep up with, so we have to keep our eye on that. But what I'm thinking is they get their light fortification if we got a house here. So let's go ahead and look at building a new house for our new resident. Okay. Ooh, boy. I thought there'd be more room in there for a house. Let me shrink this down. I cannot squeeze a house in here. It sure looked like you could, but I can't. Now, one thing you can do here, I've saw someone playing with, is once the house is established, you can kind of see where their fence and stuff is. So if we highlight that house, you can't really see it. But like there'll be blue lines that are around their little fences and stuff, and they don't go all the way to the edge of this green. That's kind of what I'm getting at. So if we could try to like trim a little bit off of this. See, the house is not downgrading, right? It's still big enough. Like we could actually like trim some off of this side too. And it's still fine. Now this one up here, we can maybe trim a little bit of it off. Yeah? Yeah? Is that room for a house? Let me go back to my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if I tried to put a house in here, it would overlap with that one. But that might be okay. Let's try it. Let's try it. So we're going to go like this. And then we're going to bring it backwards about this far to get room for a house. Let's see if they'll build in there or if there's this weird... Oh, yes! Nice! Sweet. And we can probably even, like, trim that back just a tad and make that look a little bit better. Perfect! Awesome! Oh, that's so cool. I'm so glad that worked. Okay, let's go ahead and get this new house patrolled. Let's get... It's kind of like to keep this little bubble the same size, just to keep them all consistent. Bloop! You now have patrol. Excellent. Sweet. Oh, that's so cool. I'm so happy about that. Okay, you know what? Our logs didn't really... Well, you know what? Eventually the planks will get high enough that they'll stabilize and our logs will build up. Okay, we got now 66 boars. We were around 50-some. We're still sitting here at 100 meat. So... Well, these guys, they're not... They don't have, like, 20 boars and they're running out of space, so... We'll let the meat kind of do its thing for a little bit. I have one unemployed villager. Why do I have an unemployed? Oh, because that guy... Oh, that person's going to go here. Is that what I said? Yeah. I don't have to wait for her house to get her working. Okay. Okay. Cool. How's our fish doing? We're up over 300 fish now. Also, of course, we're not selling down to 200 anymore. We haven't made a ton of gold because I think we're building up. Now that we have more fish, we're going to start selling those again. We seem to be... I think stone is probably our big money maker. In fact, let's see what's going on here. So the last month here, we made 144 off of clothing and 127 off of stone. We're making very little off of meat and a lot less on fish and planks. So I could probably stop selling so much of the meat and planks because our clothing might pick up now with more weavers, so our clothing and our stone are really our big money makers. Each month we're spending, well, this is construction cost, well, the territory, so our upkeep for territory is 25. That's not terrible. Our upkeep for all of our buildings is getting a little bit higher though, 117 a month, which is kind of like our upkeep is almost taken care of by like the clothing sales. I don't know if I want to nickel and dime this, so let's just kind of keep it where it's at for now. Just see how things go. One thing I wanted to look at was, okay, so I meant to do this last episode and forgot. So when we start looking at the stall here, right? So this stall can hold 30, but right now there's 17. And the person working it is on free time right now, not restocking it, right? And even when there's only some times where she's actually going to be going to restock it. And to do that, she has to walk all the way across town to the fishing district to pick up fish to bring back. And there was a few times where I saw people getting upset that they didn't have access to rustic foods. And I think what could be happening is we could be running out of food. We have enough people eating food that we could be running out faster than Luina here is able to keep it fully stocked, and there might be some gaps in time there where this does run out before she can restock it. So I was thinking about putting a second fish stall. I was thinking about doing that last episode, and I forgot. I think I might do that, just to make sure that there's enough for everyone to eat. Now, I could put it somewhere else in town, but again, I'm thinking, like, I kind of want to do that little villager, day in the life of a villager study. Maybe that'll be my next episode. It'll be just a study on what villagers do throughout their day. Let's go ahead and get another fish market. And for now, we're going to put the fish market here. We're just going to put it here where everyone else is getting all of their food. Here you go. We got a lady selling fish, so now we'll get a gentleman to sell fish along with her. And you will probably move into this house. I'm certain you will. And let's go ahead and get a fish market. Market tent. So I think what I'm going to do is... See, now these, I have these as separate. Oh, shoot! I just clicked on somebody. Oh, well, we're going to have an unemployed person for a little bit. These are separate. See, usually I like to keep it all as one market. These were separate by accident, so I think I'm just going to keep them separate for now, because if I do want to move one like to another area of town, it's going to be hard to do if they're stuck together. So I'm going to go with a new market, which will be, look at all those new things up there. A village market. We're going to do a food stall. We'll put it over here. And this one is going to get a red tent because it's basic. What I'm doing is like rustic type stuff is red. Refined is blue, and then if I get to luxury, I'll make them green. Let's go ahead and build that. All right. Perfect. So she was able to restock it, but see, it's already down to 23. Okay. We'll see if that helps. I mean, who knows if it'll do anything. Everyone's at 100. Oh. 80% housing. This is probably our new person. She probably just hasn't gone to her new house yet. Okay, what's he complaining about? He couldn't reach something. Okay, okay, I'm not too worried about that. Okay, now she's red, but she has a house. She lives here. Or she lives here. No? Hold on. Who was that? Oh, whoever it was got over it. Wait a minute, why is this person... Oh, this is the unemployed... Oh, he doesn't have a job, okay. Okay. Alright. Once this fish market is sold, once this fish market is built, I'm going to assign our new market tender there. The cloth is still getting used up pretty quick, but at least our wool isn't quite so over full, so that's good. Okay, we can go ahead and assign a market tender. Which person? We accidentally... Well, whatever. We'll just click it. It's that guy. And this is going to be fish. So we're actually, again, we're going to have 2 people selling fish just to make sure that everybody in town has fish to eat. Unemployed. Yeah, that was that person that I accidentally clicked on a minute ago. Everyone's 100% happy, so that's good. Now, as far as... Let's see. We could put another blacksmith. We could... Trying to decide here. We could put that person as a second blacksmith, but I don't know that the blacksmith is the bottleneck here. If the blacksmith was the bottleneck, we would have an overstock of everything else, which we just don't. Well, we have our iron. Coal, I think, is the problem. I think I need a second coal thing. Burner. So let's do that. Let's start a second coal burner. Our one unemployed person can work there. And then we can eventually see if we need to get a second or a third person in there. So let's go ahead and do our... Would that be... What's food production? Oh, that's the wheat farm and stuff. Okay. Resource production. Charcoal hut. Let's put another charcoal hut down here. And we're going to put that kind of right behind the other one so they have same access to this same kind of tree cutting area. And we'll keep all the noisy, stinky charcoals all together. And we'll just kind of nestle you in here. Now, these stinky zones are getting awfully close to the residential zone. But I think that's okay for now. I don't plan on... maybe I should put this one over here. Let me do that. Just in case we want to expand another house or two out here, let's keep the stinky zones a little bit away from those houses. And I think that'll be fine. That leaves room if I need an extra warehouse extension, I can put it there. Alright, let's get that built. I could have up to 3 people working that. What's over here? So tools and iron, yeah. So coal and ore. The other thing is iron ore. Like, these guys, are they really just not producing much? I don't know. Don't know how that works. Well, here's some more people. We could go ahead and get... We could get... this person is on... We could get 2 more people right now and put them all in the charcoal hut. I feel like I'm... Okay, I feel like I'm getting a little out of control here. So, our church is already... We have 63 people. We're going to have to look at the church. Do I want to put 1 or 2 people in this new charcoal? 1 or 3 people in this new charcoal hut? Let's go ahead. We're going to put 3 people in the charcoal hut. We're just going to do it. This is our, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're going to have, so we need to expand our church to be able to fit 66 people. So let's expand our church a little bit. And it looks like everybody's still okay with their service. So this one priest, and he's not even a commoner, is still able to keep up. So let's see if we can expand the church to hold 66 people. Plus 3. Plus 6. Does that look a little weird? That looks fine. Okay. Alright, so now we got 2. So we should have now plenty of fish. If people are looking for fish, they should have no problem getting it. Our boars are growing. Our meat is shrinking. So eventually it looks like we might possibly have to make more butchers at some point in time. Our stonemasons. We still have plenty of stonemasons. Okay. They're making us money. Alright, well things are looking good. I think that might be enough for today, actually. This felt like a little bit of a... Didn't feel terribly exciting. Nothing, no real new lines of work or anything. Let's see if we can just wait and get this charcoal hut built. We can get our people assigned in here. Yeah, they're okay. All the stuff is there. Let's just give them a few minutes to finish getting that built. Yeah, it looks like all of our resources are doing pretty well. Again, we're well. Let's see, how's our cloth doing? We're getting a bit of a backlog of cloth now, so that's good. And our wool isn't. We're not blowing through the wool, so I think that the extra weavers was a perfectly great idea. And that's probably giving us even more clothing to sell whenever when the people come by. So we made 144. So already this month we've made 50 on clothing. See, we sold 68 last month. This isn't something I really paid too much attention to before. Well, look at the bought is 0, so we're not buying any tools anymore, so that's pretty great. That's pretty awesome. Oh, hey, we just sold some fish. That's nice. Very nice. Our fish are getting up there, so that's really good. Yep. Awesome. Okay, we're looking great over here. So this charcoal hut is not quite done. The church is... Well, right now he can only service 54, but that's fine. That's fine. Oh, well, that's almost done anyway. Look at Alphonse is doing that. there we go. The church is done. That can service 66 people, which once we're at 65, so that's great. We have 3 unemployed people because they're waiting for the charcoal hut. We just sold 7 clothing. That's very nice. Our labor influence looks like it went up. What did we gain labor influence from? I don't know. One thing we could consider to start looking into is, oh boy, I was going to say the bailiff, to start scoping out what are in these rocks. I don't know if I'm ready for that yet, though. I still feel like I'm just making sure that my base is set up. And if it feels like the iron ore is our bottleneck, I believe there are some more iron deposits around here somewhere. If I go out a little bit, can I see those little iron symbols? There's one there. It's out of our reach. There is iron here. It would take these people a long time to get it over to the warehouse, but there is iron over here that we can mine up. And oh, there's iron right here, and that's in our property. Okay, if iron becomes a problem, we got another iron patch right here. Excellent. So if it looks like iron ore is an issue, which I think it will be, let's get all 3 of these charcoal burners in here. All right. Excellent. Okay, I think that's it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. This felt a little bit more grindy, a little bit more analytical. I didn't really create anything new. I've just been kind of strengthening up what we have. But I think that's how I need to approach this, right? I need to make sure I keep my base growing, keep the structure in place, and stay ahead of the curve so that as I grow, things don't just fall apart. And then I'm not just sitting there scrambling to play catch up. All right. Well, thanks everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.